How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the podcast / vlog. Today I want to talk about the scale and weight and the fluctuations you're going to see, or at least that I've seen during this weight loss phase. So let's get into it. So the scale fluctuates throughout the course of the weight loss phase. That's just a given. When you're cutting or when you're dieting or implementing any of these weight loss techniques, whether it's weightlifting, cardio, or any or all of the above, you're going to have your regular weigh-ins. Some people weigh in every single day. Other people weigh in once a week. I weigh in 3 times a week. I weigh in Saturdays in the mornings after hopefully what is a good night's rest, after taking a piss and or anything else that I've got to do before I start my day. And then Sunday mornings is my next weigh-in. That's usually after Saturday. Saturday I have my cheat meal, so Sundays will tell me where I've landed after that. Saturday mornings should give me a good idea of how well I did or how I did Monday through Friday. And then Mondays I weigh in just to see where I'm starting the week out. I don't necessarily have to weigh in that much, I don't feel, but as of right now, it's what I'm currently doing, and it's what's working for me. So yeah, on the scale, it's been fluctuating. It's been fluctuating for me. It's an up and down sort of thing. The first couple of weeks, I was making like huge drops in weight. My goal is to aim for about 1 pound per week. That's what I want to drop at any given week. I'd like to be down 1 pound, and then after my cheat meals or Sunday mornings when I weigh in, I would like the scale to be a 1 to 2, maybe 3 tops pound increase. For me, that's water, that's sodium, that's typically not the entire meal in itself. I try to keep my cheat meals relatively simple. I don't go implementing cheat days. That can get people and even myself into a lot of hot water. A cheat day and even a really heavy cheat meal can offset your entire week. A lot of people might try different diets, like if it fits your macros, where their diet's a little bit more flexible Monday through Fridays. Others, like myself, I try to implement, your basic slow digesting carbs, proteins, and I keep the fats relatively low. It's not a strict bodybuilding diet, so I'm not eating oatmeal every single day or chicken breast, but I try to implement those things. I'm not consuming Pop-Tarts or many chips, even if they're supposed to be healthier or low this, low that. No pop chips in my lunch pail. But my weight has, as the past couple of weeks or weekends that I've weighed in, has actually been going up and down. And it can be a little discerning to see that. Like I said in my last podcast or my last vlog, this isn't my first time around. This isn't the first rodeo I've been to. So I'm familiar with the trend. And what I mean by the trend is as your weight goes up and down throughout the coming weeks that you weigh in, you have to look at the bigger picture. And that bigger picture is going to be, what is the trend? Are you on a downward trend? Are you on a neutral or a flat, not going anywhere kind of trend? Or are you making progress? Or are you making weight gain? Not really progress, but are you making weight gain? Are you increasing your weight? So it requires you to gather as much data as possible. And by data, it's weigh-ins. And then take a look at the bigger picture, take a few steps back and look at, rather than week to week, look at an entire month, look at 2 whole months or even 3. And that will give you a good idea as to the trend. Your path towards weight loss is going to be up and down, but the trend will be a consistent descent. And the app that I use to record these trends is the MyFitnessPal app. I do use a Fitbit watch that syncs my weigh-ins to the MyFitnessPal. I prefer the graph on MyFitnessPal, the one on the Fitbit. Though it does show the trend and it shows the weight and everything like that, the spikes aren't as dramatic. Like, it can be again a little discerning to look at your weigh-ins and see it like spike way up, and that's primarily because the way that the graph is set up on MyFitnessPal, the pounds or whatever have you are a lot further apart in the y-axis, so it looks like a big jump when you gain like a pound or 2 pounds, whereas on the Fitbit app, barely even noticeable the changes in the line graph. So I do prefer MyFitnessPal. Another thing with sticking with a consistent trend that can be a hard part about the weigh-ins is seeing those weight gains. Even after implementing like what you would feel would be a really clean week for you eating wise, you might still see a spike because of a number of things. Lifting weights, you're gaining muscle, and while they say muscle weighs more than fat, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I guess, but another way to get around those low times is to take tape measurements. I haven't implemented that yet. I've been going back and forth about it if I want to, because it's just one more thing to add to the to-do list. But measure your biceps, measure your waist, your belly button to belly button kind of thing, and measure your chest, measure your thigh, measure your calf, measure these major points on your body where your weight is stored. And as you notice the trends on the scale, you may see certain things like measure your neck, and you may see certain things like, well, the weight isn't going down, but these tape measurements are sure changing. They're sure going down. And that can be a good sign. Right now, I sort of go off how my clothes feel. I have a pair of work clothes that feel, well, at least they felt when I first started, rather tight. And now they're starting to fit a little bit looser. So, though I've been making a descent in my weight, it hasn't been super dramatic. Again, I'm aiming for a pound a week, so my diet is pretty conservative with regards to the type of cardio I'm doing, the type of weightlifting, how much of a challenge I'm putting on myself. Because, again, I'm not aiming for summer shred, so to speak. I'm very realistic when I got on this path, and that realistic look was, I'm looking at a year of work. I'm looking at a year and a half of work. So with that being said, I'm in no real rush. However, that the weight not making declines every weekend, it can still be kind of hard to see. So for any of you guys out there, I hope that what I'm saying in these kind of mini rambles / check-ins / vlogs / podcasts to document what it is that I'm going through, I hope that it serves as a means to help with at least my mentality in going through this. If you see some of my older Instagram posts, I mean, I was in my what I felt was like my prime, I guess. I was sitting at 205, 203 on a good day, and right now I'm definitely a lot heavier than that. And my first time around, I didn't see any videos or any type of information out there for big guys looking to get small. There's, everywhere you look, there's tons of videos and tons of information on skinny dudes wanting to get swole, wanting to get some muscle. But it's like, where are the big dudes at? And if you do find one where a big dude gets small, it's always the after part. It's like, where are the videos documenting the process? So I guess it's sort of a I don't want to say premature, maybe preemptive might be the right word, start to the process, but I hope to provide the before videos as well as the path that I'm taking as I'm taking it. I don't want my channel or my message or even my Instagram to reflect a boom, here I am, I'm already here. I'm already ripped and shredded, or I'm already, slamming out 405 on my back squats. I'm already pulling, 600 on a deadlift. I think that there's enough people out there to do that. I want to be the type of person that this is the journey that I'm on, and if you find yourself in the same position, feel free to follow along. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Hit me up on my Instagram. You can find me at Ramon_Campamore. That's CAMPOAMOR. And shoot me a DM. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know what it is that you're up to. What kind of dieting or what kind of weightlifting you're implementing. And we can definitely take this journey together. But yeah, there's enough montage videos out there of people who are already lost the weight, and they show you their before pictures and where they're at currently. But all that time in between, where is it, man? I wanted to see that my first time around. I wanted to see somebody who was big looking to get small and going through their journey. There's definitely going to be haters out there, I'm pretty sure. A lot of people want to see you fall off, but I mean, there's one thing that I've found living in the area that I'm at and working out around the people that I do is that there's a lot of motivating people in this fitness community that aren't your, super big Instagrammers or super big professional bodybuilders. There's a lot of people just in your own local gyms that are willing to help, willing to talk to you, willing to work out with you. And I'm no stranger to that myself. People want to ask questions, or people want to, get a set in while I'm working out, and I definitely welcome that. But I hope that my mini ramble can hit a chord with some of you out there, and know that whenever I'm stepping on that scale, it's definitely not the easiest thing to do, even though I've been here before. I've gone through this process before. It's definitely something that on a Saturday morning I will still take time and sit there and let 2 minutes go by before I even step up on that scale, because I don't want that number to determine how the rest of my day or how my week will be. So I sort of mentally prepare myself that regardless of what this number says, I know that it's a part of the process. This number is going to go up. This number is going to go down. Some weeks this number is going to stay the same. But what will have to remain consistent is my dedication to my fitness and the process with which I'm implementing that. So for any of you out there who are stepping up on that scale and getting your weigh-ins, don't be discouraged by that number, and don't let that number dictate how it is that you're feeling or what it is you're going through. sometimes that number can go up and you'll think to yourself, oh man, just forget this and go out and, totally guzzle a gallon of soda or take like 4 Big Macs to the neck. But I don't know, to each their own. So kind of went off on a tangent there. this I guess lack of structure to my podcast may be a norm, I'm not sure, but I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, thank you for taking the time to watch me go off on my little mini rambles and talk about fitness and document what it is that I'm going through. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you are currently in the process of wanting to lose weight, or you're on the fences about it and you're thinking to yourself, I need to get on that wagon and I want to do this, we're both in the same boat right now. I'm only in on week 7, so even if you get started, I'd love to hear where you're at and what you're thinking and what you're up to. And again, you can always follow me on my Instagram, slide in the DMs and shoot me any messages or any topics that you might want to talk about or hear. And yeah, that's it for now. So thank you guys again, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.